Hi guys, I'm Amit Tawar from Networkers Home, and today we are going to be discuss here how to configure DNS and AD services on Server 2016, Windows Server 2016 there. So AD, if I'm talking about first of all DNS, this is all about domain name system, so which will convert, okay, or which will resolve your domain name into IP address there, okay, domain name to IP address. So first of all, we have to configure this service on server, and after that we will discuss about Active Directory there. So two things, these are the two services which I am going to be installed, and we will install both the services at the same time. Okay, so in the previous video we have already discussed how to configure, how to install Windows 2016 server. So this is our server which we have installed in the previous class. So now we are going to be install here DNS and AD. Okay, so let's start guys. So we need server manager here. So for that, just type here server manager in the search button, and now this is the server manager here. So now you can see here on the left side in the corner, so we have the dashboard, we have local server here, we have all servers, file and storage. These four things we have. We don't have any AD concept here, we don't have any DNS services, nothing, because nothing has installed up to now. So now we have to install first DNS and then AD. Both the services I'll install at the same time. So let's start. So first, add role and feature. Click on this. So you can see here, before you begin, this is the one wizard here. Then you have to click on next, then next, next. Now these are the services guys. These are the inbuilt services in your 2016 server, and we have to install these services according to our requirements. Let's consider right now I need two services. First service I need as a DNS server, this is add the features here, and second I need as a Active Directory domain services, this is second one. These two services we have to install, so just select these two services. After that, click on next, then click on next, next, and now there is one option to install the following roles and services or features or selected server. Click install. So during the installation, sometime your server can ask you for the restart. Okay, so for that thing, what I'm going to do here, I'm just click this, click here, click on this option, restart the destination server automatically if required, because during the installation of these services, maybe one or two times it can ask you for the restart here. So automatically it will be restart if it will be required during the installation. Okay, automatically, manually you don't have to install it. And finally click on install. So now installation has started, so just wait. So two services we are installing. First is DNS and second is AD at the same time. So according to domain name, so we if I'm talking about according to DNS, so we need, if I'm talking about, let's consider this is the DNS here. This is a DNS service and this is the AD service. Two services are there. One is all about DNS here and this is all about AD. So why do we need DNS? Because as you know, DNS is all about IP domain resolution. So we have to configure, because DNS, once you will install the DNS, after that we have to configure some IP addresses and domain names. Let's consider the first CCI.com. With this one I have to configure one IP as a 11.1.1.1.1. Then CCNP.com, all about 15.1.1.1.1. then about CCNA.com here, so then about 18.1.1.1, Then about amit.com is all about 20.1.1. So like these are the domain names and their IP addresses which we have to configure there after the installation. These are the domain names and these are the IP addresses here, guys. Today we will discuss how to configure all these things, and in Active Directory I'm going to be configure the username. Let's consider the username is all about different users name. We have to configure with different password. Let's consider Amit. This is the username and the password panda@123. Then CCI is the username. The password is panda@123. Then CCNP here. Password is panda@123 here. So like these are the different users name. This is all about username here, and this is all about passwords. These things, username and password. So these things we have to configure after the installation. So right now this installation is going on. So you can see here, configure required installation succeed on window ISL here. So now after this, we are at this point. Then you can see here down to this next to this thing, we have one option here, promote this server to the domain controller. Now you have to configure one domain name there, domain controller. And what is the domain name I'm going to be use? Domain name I'm going to be use here as a cisco.com. This is the domain name which I'm going to be configured today on my server. So let's start it. Just click on this one, promote this server to the domain controller. Once we will click here, so one more wizard will be open. This is all about deployment configuration. Select the third option, add a new forest here. The route domain name is cisco.com. Cisco.com here. Then click on next. Then it's all about password. They're asking for the passwords here. If it's then configure here the password. What is the password of your server, Windows server? That is panda@123. Panda@123 here. Then click on next. Then click on next. Now it's just verifying with your net BIOS. Name assigned to the domain and change it if necessary here. So your BIOS name will be Cisco. You don't have to do any changes over here. Just automatically it will be selected. Then click on next. Again click on next. So you can go through all these things. This is a review about your selections, about configure server on the first Active Directory domain controller in a new forest. What is the domain name? The domain name is all about cisco.com, configured by me only. What is the net BIOS name? Cisco, automatically selected. Forest function level 2016 server. So all these are the options which is here. So you can go through all these things. It's not just about review before the actual installation or final installation gear. That's done, and then finally click on install. So from here onwards, it will take your hardly 1 or 2 minutes. Configuring the DNS services on this computer. The process is going on. So now you can see here you are about to sign out because both the services are installed, and now it will uh, restart automatically. Just finally close it, and now you can see it's restarted here. So it means both the services are already installed. So let it be restart. Just applying computer settings. So all these installations are going on the ESXi server. Just wait and watch, guys. Just it's about to finish. Now it's done. So you can see here again the screen is locked. So now need to send some one command, but control plus alt plus delete. So now just enter the password. So we just logged in here, and server manager is getting started here. Just wait. Yep. Now guys, hope you remember before starting the installation of this AD and the DNS services, there was nothing. On the left side there was dashboard, local server, all servers, and file and storage services were there. But this time you can see AD and DNS is also there. So you can see the two services are installed, Active Directory and Active Directory domain services, and the second is domain name system, it means DNS is there. So both the services are installed. Now after that just click on DNS, because first of all, as we have discussed, we have to configure these domain names and IP addresses. So first of all, I'm going to be configure DNS over here, DNS services. Go to the DNS server, DNS services. Now so you can see here IP address, IPv4 address is what, 10.20.20.110, the IP address of my system. Just for one more verification here, go with ncpa.cpl, and you can see here it's all about undefined network here. Okay, still on your adapter. So then disable your adapter once here, disable it, and now enable your adapter again here. So now you can see here What is the adapter name here? Cisco.com. So on your adapter, if you are getting here Cisco.com, so it means up to now, whatever the configuration we have done, everything is correct. Okay, so make sure first you have to disable this adapter, and then you have to enable, and make sure your domain name should be here. Maybe you are using cisco.com, or maybe you are using anything else here. So right now in my lab, I'm using cisco.com. So you can see here cisco.com is here on my adapter. That's done. Just close this window and come back here. So this is my server. Now we have to configure the domain name and IP addresses. For that thing, just right click here, and then just one second. Now all servers, and come back to the DNS again. Now right click here and then go with DNS manager. DNS manager, go to the Windows, double click here, go with the forward lookup zones here, go with then cisco.com. So this is here. Now configure your domain name and IP address here. Just right click on the white space and then add a new host. What is the host? Let me check here. The first is about cci.com. CCI. Your name is what? CCI, and can you see here fully qualified domain name? What is that? cci.cisco.com. Because cisco.com is my domain name, and CCI is my host. So you can see now cci.cisco.com. So what is the IP address? It's all about 11.1.1.1 at the host. First host is added. So can you see here message? The host cci.com was successfully created. That's okay. Go with the second one. ccnp.com. CCNP. And what's the IP? IP is all about 151.151.2.1.1. That's the IP address here. Add the host again. The same message. Your racket was added successfully. Next is about ccna.com with ccna. IP address is all about 18.1.1.1. Add host. That's done here. Come back again. amit.com with 20 IP. Amit, and amit.com is the fully qualified domain name here. And now 20.1.1.1 here. That's done. Add. Successful. All the 4 domain names, that is added successfully. So can you see here amit.com, ccna.com, ccnp.com and cci.com. So this is all about how to configure DNS case. So this is all about DNS. Now let's go with Active Directory. So in the Active Directory, we have to configure 3 username and 3 passwords there. Let's go with that. Go to the Active Directory. You can see here again, the IP address will remain same because both the services are installed on the same server, on the same device. Right click again and go with Active Directory, user and computers. Again, go to cisco.com, double click on that, go with the users, and here we have to add the users. So now let's start. Right click on the file on the white space, and then go to the new, and new, then go to user. The user is, let's consider first user is, who is the first user? Let me check it. Amit. That's okay. Last name not required. What is the username I'm going to be used here? Amit at cisco.com. Click on next. The password is panda at 123. Confirm the password panda at 123 here. User cannot change the password. Not on this one. Just click on password never expire here. So these are the 4 options. It's up to you which option you want to select it. The first option is user must change the password at next login. User cannot change the password. Password never expire, and account is disabled. So it's up to you. So I have selected here password never expire. Next. That's done. It's just full name Amit. User login. What is the username? Username will be amit@cisco.com, and the password never expire. Finish it. So Amit user is added here. Let me go with the second user. Go to the new again. Go to the user, and the next user is all about CCI. Logon name is about CCI. Next, the password is panda@123, panda@123 here, and password never expire. Up to you. What is the option you want to select here? I have selected password never expire. Password do not match. Okay, let me configure it again. Next, and finish it. Second user is also done. The third is all about CCNP. Go with new here again. Go with user. CCNP is the user here. Logon name is all about ccnp@cisco.com. Next, the password is panda@123, about panda@123 here. Okay, next, and finish it. So you can see all the 3 users are added here. Amit, the first user, second user as a CCI, and third user as a CCNP. So all the users are created. So we have installed both the services. Okay, then we have configured domain name with IP addresses and all. We have configured on DNS, and now on the Active Directory as well, we have configured the username and the password. So the task is completed, guys. So we are done. Thank you.